Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a new transfer show. I'm going to do this in the mornings by myself right now. Welcome, everyone. Hit the likes, please. Smash the like button. We're going to talk about the latest trending news as far as Newcastle is concerned. So hit the likes. We are live, by the way. This is not a pre-record. We are live, so we're going to get into your comments as well. So let us know what you're thinking about the players that we're talking about, or maybe any new, players that you might be uh, seeing in the linked in the media, etc. We're going to be looking at the probably transfer market to see some of the details on these players. Um, and of course, because the transfer window is going to open, I think next week, if I'm not mistaken. And we gotta start lining our ducks in a row. I guess you can say that way. We can see what's happening, what's real. Um, I don't know if anything is real, to be honest with you. Let me know if you can hear me right. If everything is um if everything is good. All right. Well, first of all, we got to talk about the goalkeeper situation, right? The goalkeeper situation is one of those things that didn't think that we needed this season, but it's looking like we are pretty. Our mind is pretty much made up that we need a goalkeeper. I didn't think that was it was an issue. Obviously, Dubravka, and then we got uh, Gillespie that we re-signed. I didn't think that Gillespie was going to be for a third goalkeeper. I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be Arit. But then Dubravka is in doubt, and now we come to see that if he's gone, then Gillespie is going to be second with Pope's shoulder the way it is. More than likely, at some point in time, if he comes down with an injury, then you got Gillespie to take over, and I don't think that most fans are going to be happy about that. Shout out to Lee McFarland, by the way, saying that we're loud and clear. So thank you, brother. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, they're right. We might need a goalkeeper. Well, we were linked to this player that I have on my screen, Aaron Ramsdale. By the way, it's funny how some accounts, some YouTubers, some Twitter accounts. I'm looking at a tweet that was made May 17th by a Twitter account that says Aaron Ramsdale reportedly agreed to join Newcastle United this summer. That was just less than a month ago, with over 112 interactions, 112,000 interactions on Twitter, and now nobody talks about this guy. Why is that? Everything changes overnight. But be careful who you get your information from. Be careful because some of these, and they're all like buddy buddies. They're all linked together. So be careful because some of these guys have no clue really, no clue. And so yeah. Anyways, but I mean Ramsdale, I think a good goalkeeper. He can come on and he can do his thing. But obviously it looks like he's not even available. So definitely didn't age well, as Rosie saying in the chat right there. Rosie with a black just a black picture. You know, change your looks, Rosie. Shout out to you. Says that age well. Lick McFarlane loud and clear. Please let us know in the comment section what you think about these players and maybe another player that you think we should probably get. And I'm going to also go but see that's not. I'm gonna open up and see if there's anything new, but he's not the only player like that. Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought that that we were going to be linked to Trafford? And according to many, to Craig Cope, to Keith Downey, it looks like he's going to be the one that Newcastle United are going to be trying to invest on, and apparently um, sent out an offer for him already. Um, and that's kind of and I guess we can take a look at him already. We can skip all of this, everybody else, and get right to the nitty gritty of things. And we can look at James Trafford. Now, listen, fans are not happy about this one, but as long as because now yesterday I heard that he might Burnley might want 40 million for him. And to me, that's just unbelievable, man. 40 million for James Trafford. I don't think that's going to be. I'm not cool with that. Shout out to Strasburg Steve right there in the chat. Says, "Yo, Chris, good to get your live, bro. Hey, man, what's happening? Hopefully you're well. Everything is good with the channel. I saw on Twitter that you were away somewhere. I think that you go to New York. Good, man. Take time off from work, of course, from YouTube. It's always good. So definitely, I can't wait to start doing match reactions as well, so we can get you on, man. But shout out to you. Uh, so James Trafford, young English guy, goalkeeper, of course, right-footed, really tall, really tall. But right now, the current rumors, uh, Newcastle. I'm just looking at what transfer market is saying, and it also has a probability of transfer. And look, and this is just a website, right? Transfer market. I mean, it's a trusted website, but it's just a website nonetheless. So a lot of their stuff could be just wrong. Um, but they're saying that Liverpool and Bayern Munich interested as well. Strasbourg, Steve, you're a Bayern Munich fan as well as am I actually? I like Bayern. We they've been. I mean, I just can't understand the other Burnley transfer that they got, which is company. I just can't get it. I don't understand it. But that's neither here nor there. 47% that he might, and it's on the downhill with a down arrow, that Bayern might be interested in Liverpool as well. 31%, 52% on the rise with Newcastle United. I mean, this is just things that are from transfer market website, and again, they could be just wrong. But Newcastle seem to be very, very much interested in Trafford, and that's one of the things that I just don't know, man. I mean, and some people are saying 40 million for him, 50, 60 million. To me, 30 million is too much for Trafford because that's 30 million in a world with FFP and PSR. It just cannot. I cannot think that we can put money into a backup goalkeeper. I mean, that amount of money. I think it's horrible. Now, one of the favorite stats that I like to go to now, because um, I have PTSD now from injuries. Every time I look at a player, I go back to the injury report, and fortunately, Trafford has none. But he's a goalkeeper, of course, and all that. But yeah, nothing there. So that's a positive. But he's still a young guy, man. He's still a young guy, a player that you got to give time to. And it might even be a little unfair for him to pay 40, 50 million, and all of a sudden he has to come on and perform. He has to come on and get the job done. And is he even going to get, because and if I'm Pope, there's no way in hell that I'm going to be happy with a Trafford young guy starting over me. I mean, there's just no possible way that I'm doing that. And so I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen. And the reason why Burnley wants to get uh, a higher price for him is because they have to give a percentage to Man City, of course. And so that's kind of they're trying to make some profit out of this. So yeah. Um, Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Ling McFarlane says, I thought we'd swoop in for Trafford last season, so I'd take him now for sure. He's a grower. Well, yeah, I do think he's got talent, of course, and I think that that's what Eddie wants to do. But the price thing has to change, and it has to be 20 million tops. That's in my opinion. Um, Steve says I do not want James Trafford, bro, for 40 million. Jordi Mamardashvili is similar price and far better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Why didn't we go for George? I mean, Georgie. Uh, See, a week ago, also, people were saying we activated his transfer clause. Well, that's not right. Because if we did, he would have been in Newcastle if he wanted to leave Valencia, of course. Because once you activate somebody's release clause, that's it. Um, you know, there- there's no negotiation. So Steve says you're doing a stream by yourself. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Just me by myself. Um, you know, just chilling. Go Father afternoon, Chris. Chat mods. I guess the regulars are still in bed or at work. Yeah, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I'm just by myself this morning, so no big deal. Well, with you guys, so that's a good thing. Lee says Trafford would be only 15 or 20 million at the most, probably. Yeah, yeah. I mean, for that, bring him in. But see, we're getting into these transfers. If Lloyd Kelly comes, to me, it's the same thing. Transfers that don't really move the needle. They come on the team. They're good to get transfers, good to get, grow the squad, but it's not really, they're not really moves that will, that will fill up St. James's Park just to see them get presented. You know what I mean? Eh, I guess they're a must just to get on and like I said, grow the squad, which is all right. We need those anyway. Lloyd Kelly for free, not bad. Done well um at Bournemouth. Now, one thing about Lloyd Kelly though that I remember last time I looked him up is that the last time I looked him up is the injuries. So I'm going to double check right now because people are not talking about that. Maybe because he's free, but yeah, he's had a lot of injuries and missed some considerable time last season. So people are not really talking about them. But hip injury, muscle injury, calf injury last season alone missed a lot of days. 30 days on one, 38 days on another, 23 days on another one. Six, yeah. So listen, he's missed a total. Let me just do it real quick. Lloyd Kelly, a total of 17 games last season, and a combined of 91 days. 3 months that he's been out. Lloyd Kelly on last season. So people don't talk about that. But that's very much what's happened, and that's the thing that I'm keeping in my mind, in the back of my head. Lloyd Kelly, he's gonna have to come on and perform because if he's gonna come on and be another, again, Eddie knows him, so Eddie, you know, knows what he's capable of, quote unquote, and then there is that problem. You have that problem because if he comes on, doesn't perform, gets hurt, then people are gonna start questioning Eddie again. Why are you bringing your guys from Bournemouth? So I just hope everything goes well with that. Steve says, if we are looking to buy a Burnley player, why aren't we looking at Lorenz? Oh, sorry, my alarm. Lorenz. I can't say that last name. I don't know. I'm bad at last names. Maxime, Steve, Esteve or Steve, Wilson, Adabert, or Luca Coliosho. Hey, Coliosho's good, so I agree with that. I agree with all of them, really. But we're looking at a goalkeeper apparently. That's the thing. That's the thing that's in style at the moment. Goalkeeping, goalkeeping, goalkeeping. Um, Goat Father FFP is the real reason we are going for Trafford. Sending 40 million on a keeper is unsustainable at the moment. Yeah, man. Rose is saying Kelly is injury prone, is he not? Oh yeah, I just told you, and that's not really that was just last season, man. What I'm concerned about Lloyd Kelly is that every season he's had issues since 1920 season. All so look, the 2019-2020 season, he's missed muscle strain, hamstring injury, ligament injury. And on all that, now muscle strain, he missed 138 days alone. Hamstring 77 days and 63 days of ligament. In the 2019-2020 season, a combine of 278 days. He missed Bournemouth and England opportunities for that. The England to under 21. And so the 2021 season, hamstring again, ankle injury, missing a little over a month. And 20 every year, every season he's had injuries. The 22-23 season, ankle, muscle injury as well. And he misses a lot of games, this guy. So I'm just not good. And I want to get your perspective. See, we tend to forget these things. And I forgot some of this. But then a light bulb came in my head and said, wait, take a look at Lloyd Kelly's injury record again. And I just did. And it is not good. It's not good. He's been hurt every season and missed a lot of games. So I want to know your opinion on this Lloyd Kelly situation. He's free, but is everything free good? That's the number one question. Um, Steve says you're going to talk about Guendouzi link with Newcastle and Aston Villa. Sent your WhatsApp. Let me take a look at that, man. Let me see Guendouzi. You're lucky because I usually don't even look at my WhatsApp, man. But since I'm doing it by myself, I'm probably um, it's easier. So a lot of players link with yeah. Was it Mateo? It's not Mateo Guendouzi, is it? Yeah, it is from Lazio. Yep, Mateo Guendouzi. Oh yeah. You did put it on the chat. I just saw it before we came on. Which, by the way, you can join the WhatsApp group if you want. Just let us know. And also the Facebook group, NUFC Talk TV. So you guys are welcome to do that. 25-year-old, born in '99. Good height right there. Let me look at French. He's got some French caps. That's one, I think. Yeah, is it one? Yeah. So it's central midfielder, defensive midfielder, and attacking midfielder in second position, but mainly in the middle. Playing at Lazio, of course. Good team to play for. Um, we got the value at 25 million. Highest market value was 50 in 2019. He's on loan from Olympique Marseille. Nice midfielder, but you know where I'm gonna get to, man. I'm gonna get to right to my favorite stat, which is the injury history, because to me that's a big deal nowadays. And the last season he missed with a calf injury, missed 9 days, 2 games, not a big deal. Um, and then in 22-23, injury to the ankle, missed 4 days, missed 7 days on a knock, and then the previous season didn't have anything, but the previous season 2020, 2021, metatarsal fracture, knock, corona, fitness ill. So really not injury prone guy. He's good. Um, and so, but isn't that crazy that that's what we got to look at? But that's just the way it is, man. We got to look at. Good evening, Mason. Thank you, man, for watching. Please smash the like, folks. Hit the like button right now. Please hit the like button. Help us out. And of course, you can listen to these on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you are listening on those platforms, rate us. Let us know what you think. And also, you can send us a voice message on Spotify. Rate us. Let us know what was going on. But yeah, hit the like button right now. Take up if you hate the Macams, hit the like. Please. So this guy looking good, man. But a midfielder. Now the question though, do we need a midfielder, Steve? Do we need a midfielder? Um, that's the question. Because you think about it, we got Tonali that's coming back. I mean, we got to look at what if Leeds, not well Leeds, but I don't think they're interested anymore. But definitely Leicester on Longstaff. Hopefully so. You can get 20 million for Longstaff, which that was reported from Leicester. I don't know how they're going to get 20 million. Leicester just came back up, and then they have to sell players because FFP is telling them you got to get rid of some players, which is unbelievable to me. They just came up, and then all of a sudden the Premier League is like, you got to sell, man, because if not, you're going to be. That's unbelievable, unbelievable. But if we're able to get rid of Longstaff, that could be something positive for FFP. But then that's another midfielder. So you got Tonali, Joe Linton, Bruno, who are going to start more than likely. Then you got Joe White. Then you got Anderson. Then you got you know, so that's two more. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get somebody else, right? To for depth. So Gunduzi could be one of those guys. So I'm not mad at you, man. I think that's a good one right there. Let me go with some comments before I get behind here. Rosie says, I had told good to get free player, but injury prone. Shout out to Mason. Shout out to Trolls in the chat. Trolls, first time I'm seeing you in a while, mate. Thank you so much for your support coming onto the channel right now. Mason, my brother Mason. Bryce's not a member no more, man. Mason, you gotta become a member, man. Let me put the Sleepy Mason on the thing. If you can become a member, that's amazing. To all of you that are not, you know, that helps support the channel, of course, and in a big way. So thank you so much to the other ones. Ian Fleming in the chat as well. Afternoon, everyone says. Well, it's 6:22 in the morning for us in America, and it's definitely midday over there in the United Kingdom. So shout out to all of you, Rosie in Scotland. Shout out to you as well. When are you going to get Harvey Barnes to join the team, Rosie? 'Cause we need Harvey Barnes up there. We need Gordon. Well, Gordon, never mind. Gordon is England now. But we need Harvey Barnes. Who else do we got? We have McTominay already on there. So we need to get some players for the Scottish team. We got to beat the English folks. The English folks are gonna get to me in the comment section. Um, when's the last time Scotland beat the UK? I mean, not the UK. Sorry, the England. When's the last time the Scotland beat England? All right, Alan McMurtry. No, McMurtry. Sorry, Alec McMurtry. Window not open yet, Chris. You need to have faith. No one knows who we are in for all media and clickbait just now. Then there is the Euros and lots of time. No, I understand the lots of time, but we know we're looking at the players that we're linked to, and there's got to be some truth to this. Now, whether some of these happen, I mean, obviously we don't know, but I mean, it looks like heavily we are linked to Trafford. We were linked to Ramsdale before, but I don't know what happened now. Maybe they want too much money, Arsenal. Which I never understood that, man. You want a lot of money for a player that you don't use, that you devaluing by just saying, we don't want him. So I don't get that. But to each their own, I guess you should say. Um, Now, Steve says the only reason I can be optimistic about is buying Trafford is that the English players were signed, PIF came in, have been good for the most part. I doubted Gordon would be this good. Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm 100% with you. I never had an inclination that Gordon could be this good of a player. To be honest with you, I didn't, and I must admit that I was wrong. I must admit that I was wrong. Um, what? Rose is saying you're well. I heard something about Joe Hart going to an English team. Thought he was Joe Hart. Joe Hart, man. Come on. He's 50 years old, man. What's going on there? Um all right. So another player that I want to get your opinion on is somebody that obviously we got, but some fans are divided on this player. And it's none other than Garan Kuol, our Aussie mag that we got in the lineups right now. He is with Newcastle at the moment, and I want to get your opinion because a lot of people are saying we should sell him, we should loan him, we should give him an opportunity in the team, and I want to know what your opinion is on this particular player. I'm highlighting some of these comments that way I can get back to them later on. But do what Steve said: smash the like button. It helps us a lot. Please hit that like button. All of you do that. Um, and it's obviously what Garankuo. What can we do with him? He definitely. I don't know. I'm not going to say he let us down. In the Australian tour or whatever. I don't. I mean, he's a young guy. Well, I mean, I just don't know. He letting us down would be a big thing. What was he supposed to do? I mean, everybody played decent against Spurs. Nobody said anything, and then when we went to when we played against the all time um, the All Stars, the Australian All Stars, we didn't do well. Nobody did. So did we expect Garankuo to be the superhero of that game? I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But look, at the end of the day, he's a young talent guy. Whether we think he can play in the team or not, that's the biggest thing. Shout out to Barbara in the chat as well, another member. Good morning, Chris says Barbara. Good morning to you, girl. Hopefully you're doing well. And so Garankuo is the biggest question to me, and I would like to to get your opinion on that. So let us know in the comment section. Garankuo, can he stay in the team? Can he be given another opportunity? And is he going to be the star that people think that he's going to be? That's just I don't know. I don't know if he's a young guy, maybe deserves more time. Really has never been given time in Newcastle. But then, we loan him out. We're going to loan him out to another. This is the thing. We got to be careful where we loan players to, because if we want them to do good, we can't loan them to a team that's gonna play this type of football.
Hoof the twat.
Because if you hoof the twat, you send them to a hoof the twat type of team,
Hoof the twat.
then obviously they're not going to perform well. If that's what we need them. We need him. We need him to get better. If we send him to a second division team in I don't know what country, then obviously what can we can't expect more than what we get. So that's also Shola's job, by the way. But everybody's happy. We put him on the video, riding the bicycle, and everything is great. But he's got a job to do, and unfortunately, I don't know that he's been doing that. You know. Good evening, Matt Fletcher in the chat as well. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mark Kerrigan. I thank everybody that's been chatting it up right now. Hit the likes, folks. Hit the likes. And so that's just now Mason and Chris Leeds won't take long stuff because they're gonna keep Brandon Aronson for next season. Yeah, and obviously them not coming to the Premier League is a big deal. So so that's definitely um, out of the possibilities. I think. Steve says if we bought Ganduzi, he keeps Longstaff out of the team as he does the box to box role to a much higher standard. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can certainly agree with that. Alessandro Minetti, welcome, man. Alessandro's not a member either. Damn, man. All of our members are quitting. Hey, Primo, hope all is well. First time checking into a live show with the American Mag himself since May. Up the tune since May, huh? Oh yeah, you're right, man. You're right, man. Well, come on, you haven't watched since May, brother? Come on, man. Give us some love, man. Give us some love. Shout out to you. Um, Christian Baceres, mate. You're awful negative. You got to be. Listen, I had faith in you. I thought that you were a magpie in distress. Is we have many of them, and that's fine. Everybody, we don't ban on football opinions here, and I tell everybody, don't ban on football opinions. But all you do is negative, man, and it leads people to think that you are Macam. And if you troll every chat, because some of these mods know you from all different channels, then they're gonna ban you, brother. You gotta be a little positive because everything comes out as negative, man. Go Father Leicester offering 50 million for Longstaff. Apparently 10 million less, in my opinion. 50 million for Longstaff. I've read 20 something somewhere, but yeah, I mean, do we really though? Let me ask you this, Go Father, and everybody in the chat. Do we really? I mean, 15 million for Longstaff, man. I think that's as high as we're gonna get, man. 25. We want somebody to pay 25. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That might be too much, go. Listen. I would like to get 60 million for him, but it'll be tough. It'll be tough, man. You know. And by the way, I see Roy screenshotted me on the on the fans forum. Speaking of twats, he says. By the way, Roy and DX are going to have their own show. They recorded their first pilot. Oops, sorry. They recorded the first pilot. We're going to do a little editing, and then we're going to probably going to send that live tomorrow at this time as well. And but then they're gonna start going live, of course, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be called the Hoof the Twat podcast, the Hoof the Twat show. Roy and DX, so lighten it up. They're gonna be talking about other stuff, shirts and a lot of stuff that's cool about Newcastle, not just everyday football, but obviously they're gonna touch still on some news and give their opinion, but they're gonna keep it fun. They're gonna lighten up the channel, to say the least. So stay tuned for that show between DX and Roy. And by the way, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just everybody's having time off, So the weekends was my time off. Everybody's having time off throughout the week, so nobody complains. But yeah, I'm talking about the fellas. You know what I mean? In the UFC Talk TV group. All right, Rosie. Hope you're well. There we go. All right, so keep the comments coming. Keep the comments coming. Gary, our own Gary Thomas says, anyone found it strange that why Willock and Trips wasn't involved in the shirt advertisement? Maybe on the way out, but that's not. You're not reaching. You're certainly on the spot on right there, man. Because it could be. It could be. It could be a very. I mean, listen. And maybe the team just knows this could happen. Maybe a player came in, but see, you never know when all this was recorded too. When was it all recorded? And maybe even if it was recorded a while back, they could have all recorded. To be honest, been part of the video. They just cut that part out. Um, but maybe they know something. Maybe they think that these players might leave for some reason. I don't know that Trippier is going to leave. The reason why I look at the Bayern Munich deal is just it is it's a thing that it's like the train passes one time. You know what I mean? And you got to hop on it or not. If you don't, you miss it. Well, I think that he missed the train. Trippier. I don't think that Bayern Munich is coming. I think that was a Tuchel thing, and that was that. He's gone. I don't think that. I don't know if company has any relation with Trippier. Maybe from the English, not English. I'm sorry, from the times playing the Premier League. I don't know, but I don't think that that's going to happen anymore. I don't think that any other big teams really are going to be looking into that. Barbara Frey giving a membership away, and it's going to Mason. Shout out to Barbara. Shout out to Mason. Thank you so much. Please become members and definitely support the channel. Alan McMurtry saying striker needed, not a center mid, right side, and central defender's priority. Yeah, well, that's definitely true. But see, you realize that we need a lot, man. We need a lot. We need a central midfielder. Uh, we need center backs because right now we got two of the main ones out, and then we only got Byrne and Shar, and maybe you got Alex Murphy there if you want to. But that's it. So if one of them goes down, the other one subs in, and then you have no backup for the center backs. So, well, now you got Lloyd Kelly, of course, coming in, but then again, like I said, he's injury prone. So that's my biggest concern. But going back to Gary's point, it is strange. Joe Willock could be his last go around. He's been getting hurt left and right, and when he comes on, he doesn't perform. I think he's very talented, but he's not getting the job done, man. He's not getting the job done, and that's to me ultimately what at some point you got to move on. You got to move on, and that's just one of the biggest things right now that we need to do. A lot of people saying that our manager is just too loyal, and maybe that's one of the things that's hurting us. Steve says, I've watching those every year since he left Arsenal at both Olympique Marseille and Lazio. He was their player of the year candidate, one of my favorite players, full stop. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mark carrying going at what's his name? Christian Bassett. Yeah, man. Christian, man, you gotta be a little more positive, man. Because if you everything is negative, then people are just gonna be like, this is a Macam in disguise, man. So shout out. Please hit the likes, folks. Hit the likes. Let's get to as many as we can. Thank you to everybody commenting. I appreciate the support as usual. And it's all your comments, all your opinions. See, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's got. We're all gonna think different. No, not everybody's gonna. Um, if we were all thinking the same, this would be a boring club, and there would be boring shows because everybody would just agree with each other. But yeah, I mean, it's. But we got to have some kind of positive, have some kind of positive. You got to be positive at some point. Can't just be all negative, man. We just if not, we're just gonna be there's no moving forward. One of the players that was linked recently has been not linked. Well, yeah, linked, but not to us because we already have him. And I want to get your opinion on this guy, of course. It is Yankuba Minte. Yankuba Minte. Um, Liverpool, according to many reports, Arnie boy, his former manager at Feyenoord wants to get him back. Um, man, I don't know. The thing is, another young guy that that might leave because Liverpool comes on, they put an offer. Do we take that offer for Yankuba Minte? We have not seen him play for Newcastle whatsoever, especially in this mode. So let me look at Yankuba Minte, and I think, and we definitely have a deficit on that right side. So why would we want to sell a Yankuba Minte? That's my. It just makes no sense. Now, if it comes for FFP money, well, then I mean, I guess I have nothing to say. Sell them if that's what we need to do. But it makes it just I don't know. Right now, where Miguel Almiron is not up to par with what we need, we don't have a clear replacement for him. Why do we need to sell a Yankuba Minte? Gary Thomas says Squall needs games. I think he needs to to go to championship for me to get up to English game speed, especially with Eddie's pressing game. You don't see that in Europe. Um, Matt Fletcher says Carango was a bit overrated. Only started a couple of games over here in the A League. Maybe one more loan chance, but that's it. Also, Barbara says Squall looks very poor and needs another loan. Shout out to AJ in the chat as well. And I'm guessing Ravishing Rick dude is another Christian Baceras in disguise. So yeah, I think Christian Baceras it might be just a Macam. So we need the mods need to be on full throttle at this point because there's no coincidence. If he comes on and talks rubbish and then he gets banned and another account comes up, then that's the same dude, obviously. But we won't give him too much attention. Thank you, mods, for making my life easier and I have to deal with that stuff. Um, all right, so Yakuba Minte. I'm skipping to some of these comments too because the comments are getting away from me. Um, is a thing. Look, I think Benjamin saying take the 50 million for Longstaff. Steve saying as well 50 million for Longstaff all day. So yeah. It's 50 million for Miggy as well. I don't care. But listen, that wouldn't be a bad thing. It's pure profit to say the least. Shout out to AG, man. The super chat right there. Amazing super chat. Can we not just ban the Mac? You should ban them. You should be able to ban. Should be able to ban these people. Let me see. You should be able to. You guys are mods. You should be able to do it. All right. Anyways, Yankuba Minteh. Liverpool wants him, and man, look, it's a divided subject because we do need a right winger. So I don't think we, as far as football is concerned, I wouldn't sell him. But if the money's right, now if you go to transfer market, his value is at 16 million euros. So 16 million, it does help with FFP, of course. So that's a positive thing. But say 20, 25, it's good for FFP. But it's that 20, like 25 for Minte is not the same 25 which you're not going to get for Longstaff because you don't think anybody's going to give you 25 million for Longstaff. So if they say 20 for Longstaff for Miggy, players that are not performing, players that need the you want to sell, then obviously you would take that deal no matter what. But for a Yankuba Minte, somebody that's played really well in Feyenoord, somebody that is on loan from Newcastle, somebody that you don't have to buy, somebody that's playing in the position where you need to fulfill at the moment, knowing that you got FFP to worry about. I just do not see um, whatsoever why you would want to get rid of Yankuba Minte. I just don't see it. I really don't. And I want to know your opinion. You know, on the specific player. Liverpool is interested. I mean, Liverpool comes and pays for it. Now, another thing that we need to be worried about that I thought as well, we cannot be um we cannot be we got to think about this because same with Bruno to Man City, we got to be a little bit stingy. We cannot keep giving our players to our competition in the Premier League. And that's my biggest concern as well. That we need to get out of the mentality and say, well, you know what? Why are we going to sell to Liverpool? Why are we going to say sell to City? Why are we going to sell to these guys that that are that we are competing against? Why should we sell to Spurs, to Aston Villa, that are immediate competition to Newcastle United? It shouldn't be. We should not have to, deal with that. Steve saying, Chris, would you take Mads Hummels on a free? You couldn't. I would strain myself running to the airport to bring him from Norman for Borussia all the way to Newcastle. I would strain my hamstring, man, my hamstring. I'm telling you. I said it on Twitter as well. I would take Matt Hummels any day. He's a leader. He's a captain. He's a winner. He's a veteran guy. I would bring him on 100%. You know, Hummels is maybe be looking never play in the Premier League. Maybe he wants to get that opportunity. He's on a free. Are you kidding me? A total champion of everything. World Cup winner. Man, I bring Hummels on anytime, any day, man. I said it on Twitter as well. So yeah, you're in a heartbeat. I would get Hummels. He's an amazing. Uh, he's amazing. Now listen, he's an older guy now, but man, you those types of leaders that have won. See, this is the thing with Newcastle. We have not won anything. And I may be wrong. Back in 99, 98, when we were competing for the Premier League and definitely for trophies like the FA Cup, etc. Did we have winners? Did we have winners? Did we have leaders that did it before, that won before, that can help us mentally to say, calm down, man. Because if you do this, if you do that, we're gonna get there. did we have those championship type winners to help us out? I don't think we did. I might be wrong though. I think we had amazing talent, but we've never had leaders in winners already. And so I think that's one thing that can definitely help us. Um, yeah, I mean, I would take long story short, 100%, I would take Matt Hummels to Newcastle United. Um, Chris Richardson, good to see you back, mate. Haven't seen you in a while in the chat. Says, I see all this worry in the fan base about the price of Trafford, but there is zero chance we pay anything above 20 million, including add-ons. Yeah, I do agree with you, man. To that, I mean, I don't think Newcastle would be that dumb, but listen, it makes for a good debate. It makes for a good talk. Um, and I think a lot of people are just not happy, maybe with um just try. But this is the thing. This is the thing that it's all about perspective. It's all about marketing, you know, and how you look at things. Because when you say Mamardashvili, 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 Mamardashvili for a week straight, and then last week Mamardashvili that we activated his release clause, and then you go to Trafford. Well, that wasn't a good. That doesn't go well. Fans feel like we are taking steps back. Why not go to Mamardashvili? What happened there? Something happened. So that's kind of what fans also, they feel like we're getting in the low end of this bargain when we could have gone to a different player. But at the end of the day, it's all about perception. Again, to me, goalkeeping is a position that we need to fulfill, but I'm not really. We got other. You got bigger fish to fry, man. We got the striker situation to settle. We got a couple center backs if we can. One supposedly is coming with Lloyd Kelly. I repeat, he's been hurt left and right last season and seasons prior, so I'm not 100% sure there either. So we got that going on right there. Gary says we've been linked with over 110 players up to now. Some will be media, and some will be an attempt to see how these players feel about a move, and if the selling club would be willing to sell. Yeah, you're right. You're right, and some of these also the agents, man. The agents are just they know that the players want to go somewhere, so they leak stuff. They say the player wants to leave, and then all of a sudden, all this snowballs into the player coming to Newcastle or any other club for that. You know, so we'll see. Alan says, I agree with you on Willock. Great when fit, but injuries seem to be the problem. Get some money in, need to trade. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I think that just might be it. You had good games. The Man United game was amazing, but then you just probably have to move on, right? You just probably have to move on at this point. I don't know, but then Willock is another guy in the midfield talking about Steve's recommendation there on Gendouzi. But even though there will be another midfielder at this point in time, I'm just I'm hopeful that well, new blood is for the most part is going to be more interesting to see because you have an expectation when new players come on to see what they're going to. You already know what Willa can do. You already know what's happening. He's injury prone and all that, and apparently he's going to be. I don't even know if he's going to do a preseason, which is unbelievable to me. Gary says apparently Minteh was a rumor from the media, not from Liverpool. Chris, well, yeah, I mean, the rumors are always going to be from media. I don't see Liverpool or Newcastle or any team going to say, yeah, we want Minteh. So I don't see why not. It makes sense though. It makes absolute sense because Arne Slot was his manager. He was one of the best players, if not the best player at Feyenoord last season. So, you know, it would make sense that he won him. So we have to see. We'll have to see. Matt Fletcher, I think Liverpool said they don't want Minte. There you go. Hit the likes, folks, says Rosie. Appreciate Rosie. Lee McFarland heading for 2K subs is positive. Nice work. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Benjamin says if Minteh goes to Liverpool and becomes an absolute star, it would be just typical of us. I'd get the kid on the team yesterday, and we got a right wing sorted. Yeah, I think so. I think at this moment in time, right now, we need to put Minteh in there. So you got to line you got to put your ducks in a row. You put Minteh there and see what other priorities you got. Um, Obviously, we need a second striker. We need center backs. We're sorted in the midfield, but maybe an add-on wouldn't be a bad deal if you know from the club. If Eddie knows. Well, Longstaff, I don't know. Longstaff could have said, "Listen, I got an offer here, there," but then now you know that he could leave or Willick, etc. So you might want to add it into the midfield. So you might want to do all that stuff, you know. But obviously Eddie knows this, and we don't. But so I'm assuming he's got his ducks in a row and he knows where exactly we need. So Minte leaving, yeah, I wouldn't go for that. But we'll have to see. Go Father, I wouldn't sell him to any rivals. Yeah, yeah. Afternoon bike and everybody out there. I'm gonna skip through some comments real quick. Um, Let me see. Barbara says sell Admiral long stuff, keep Minte. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So the Minte deal, I wouldn't worry about. He's a good player, man. He's been playing. Some Newcastle fans didn't think thought he needed another loan, which I didn't think that made any sense. You know, the dude played great in his team. Why would you put him on loan again? All right, another player that we've been linked to is recent is Brajan Gruda from FSV Mainz. Um, Apparently Bayern Munich might be interested in him as well. And so obviously we'd be in the losing end of that because this guy is German. And so he might want to stay there, of course, and do all that stuff. So I mean, and stay in this country, etc. Or might want to come to the Premier League. Who knows? But but yeah. So what do you guys think? Have you guys ever heard of Brajan Gruda? I would assume Strasbourg Steve has, but I mean he's a right winger, so that's a good position that we need to fulfill. Not really, not really sure though. Let me see real quick. Let me look at the injuries, man. Brajan Gruder playing at FSV Mainz Bundesliga. Let me look at the injury report, though. The injury report is very much something that I'm accustomed to at the moment. 23-24 had hip flexor problems, an open wound, mixed 6 days with an open wound. Um, Hip flexor 11 days and muscular problems 5 days as well last season. So he's missed a few games, three injuries last season. So mm, the jury's still out, but I don't think he's injury prone. But yeah, I mean, Brajan Gruda. I'm waiting on Steve to say something about this guy because I don't know, or maybe Josh because he follows Stuttgart, I think, as well. Um, Steve saying no, I wouldn't sell Yankuba Minte. I want to see him given a chance at right wing for us. Yeah, there we go. Got Roy the Punani. Um, Anyways, right there. Let me see. Oh man, I see some stuff here. Barbara Faye, if we sell to Liverpool, I can visualize last game of the season. Minte scores a hat trick for Liverpool, stops of the winning. Oh man, don't say that. Don't say that, Barbara, please. Um, Josh says, yeah, not bad. Just finished my morning yoga. Oh man, come on, man. You do yoga, bro? Man, I'd kill myself doing yoga. Troll says, Hummels is 35. Yeah, but you need a leader though. You be a leader. You be a leader, man. Let me tell you something. A lot of people last season were talking about um, what's his name? This guy that's just left, the one that kicks the flags down. Matt Ritchie talking about he's a leader, but he's a leader though. Dumb it, he's a leader though. They ain't won a damn thing. Hummels has won a lot, man, a lot. So and also in not having a lot of center backs, he's free. So you bring him on to be a bench player. He come on every now and then. He has the experience to know, and he's not. See, when you are a center back and you are old, you learn how to position yourself. You learn how not to run all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's the experience. Only experience gives you that, man. So so I think Hummels will be all right. You bring him in as a sub every now and again, play some FA Cups, whatever, and it gives you that experience, it gives you that locker room presence, gives you that championship mentality. I think he'll be great, man. I'm telling you. Matt says Hummels brilliant, but a bit old. Might be okay on a free mat. Yeah, Alessandro Hummels would be fantastic. I think Lewandowski on a 1 year, 2 year deal would be great. Yeah, I do think too. Ideally, want Chiesa to come on it as transfers. I've been asking him since last summer. Um, yeah, so I mean, I do also think that Lewandowski would be great, to be honest. You know, but I mean, I don't know though. I mean, you probably bring him in. He'll want to be. I don't know if he'll want to be a sub though, and he has to play. But you know, he can play. He can play with Isak. You know, Lewandowski can play with Isak. He can play with Isak. And the one thing about Lewandowski is, even though he's older as well, is that he can score, man. He is a center forward, a proper center forward, as the mighty Wayne likes to say. And so he would definitely score goals for Newcastle. Trust me, he would. And you could put Isak next to him, but then you have to change the formation, of course, and that's obviously an Eddie Howe decision. Um, so we just don't know. But I mean, I would try it. I would try it. And it's not bringing old guys. I think it's bringing guys that can get it done, that you know have done it. And why not? You know, I mean, the Saudi league does it. They bring all these old guys. I mean, obviously that wasn't a good that wasn't a good example. That wasn't a good example. I shouldn't have said that. No, that wasn't a good example. So yeah, but I think if you bring Lewandowski, I think he would get. You know, uh, I think he would do it. And you don't have to bench Isak. Isak is there, and Isak can play with him. Simple as. But no, that example about the Saudi league, that because the Saudi leagues, nobody, I don't watch them, to be honest. And the players probably never really care if they perform or not perform. You know, I don't know. Mainz also had a poor season this year, if my memory serves me right. Gruda was decent whenever I watched Mainz, not that often, but he is athletic, quick, agile, takes responsibility, tries to make things happen. If we bought him, should loan him. To be honest, ooh, should loan him. I don't know, man. The 20 million for him though. I don't know. So right now, Yankuba Minte is the one. Yankuba Minte is the right wing right now at this moment, man. Everyone see Isak's goal from Sweden. No, I didn't. I did not, man. At least I didn't. But we'll definitely have to look him up. Um, Japadoni, welcome Japadoni to the chat, man. I think for the first time I'm seeing you. So thank you so much, and thank you for coming on. Hit the likes, folks. Hit the likes. Become a member if you can. Support the channel. I would appreciate that if you can. Alessandro Minetti, I'm not into that. Either of those players would be serviceable. Really like that shout. Don't know how to highlight your. Oh, there we go. That's Steve or Alessandro having a chat with Steve. Um, that's what I'm saying, says Alessandro. Imagine Isak left Lewandowski through the middle and Gordon on the right. Yeah, but you know he likes to play Gordon inverted. But I think Gordon can do that. Can do that job easily as well. Play on the right. Shout out to the Queen of Heart right there. Please hit the likes, folks. Hit the likes. Is we're about to end this show anyway. Yeah. Well, I got to go to work, but we've had a great show. I appreciate everybody doing, hitting the likes, giving memberships away. I appreciate that. All of our mods, thank you so much. Everybody listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well. Thank you so much for your support. And listen, we're gonna have a show at 10 p.m. tonight, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you so much for coming on to this one, and we'll stay in touch, of course. So appreciate everybody, all the mods, keeping the chat clean. And yeah, I mean, look, listen, we're linked to 100 players, and the window hasn't opened yet, and we're going to continue to get linked to another million. Uh, so um, so listen, just stay tuned. We're gonna. It is what it is. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about these guys. We got to. If you're a Newcastle fan, it's interesting. When you look at this in a clean way, it's interesting. If you look at this in a negative way, and oh my god, another YouTube video about transfers, about players, don't stop having stuff against people just talking. It's cool to sit down, talk about these rumors, potential players that can come on. It's just fun. It's just fun, man. Because at the end of the day, we have no say in this. The club does. So we'll see what they do. Anyways, thank you so much to all of you for joining, for subscribing if you're new, for hitting the likes, for helping out on the chat. And we will see you tonight at 10 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Central Time USA for another NUFC Insiders nightly debate show. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Highway the lads. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.